A new art exhibit opening today is showcasing artists with some of the most experience at life. The 80-something exhibit has one thing in common. All the artists have to be at least 80 years old. Some who have made a whole career out of creating art, while others picked up their craft later in life. And look at some of these pieces, they're incredible. Joining me this morning with a closer look at 80-something is Executive Director of Access Gallery and curator of this exhibition, Damon McLeese, and owner and curator of Niza Knoll Gallery. Niza Knoll, thank you both so much for coming in. They are incredibly talented artists that are part of this showcase. So how did you come up with this idea to feature people in their later years?
Well, I believe that everyone's creative, and a lot of people forget that somewhere between childhood and adulthood. And as you become older, people rediscover their creativity, or some of these artists have been producing art their entire lifetime.
Yeah.
So we wanted to take the opportunity to sort of combat ageism through art.
And why is that so important? I mean, you've seen real benefits of having to, picking something up like this later in life.
Yeah, studies have shown that older people that are involved in creative outlets have, they take fewer medicines, they're less likely to fall, and they report being less isolated. So more and more we're seeing the benefits of creativity, doing art, just doing anything that sort of fires the brain and the hand-eye coordination.
Never too late in life to pick up something new, right? Yep. And you never know how good you're going to be at it as well.
True.
So, Niza, you are an artist.
I am an artist,
and incredible. And some of these pieces just are amazing. A lot of the artwork was created recently, right?
Yes, in the last 5 years.
Okay.
Recent.
So what is your advice for someone who 80 plus years old wants to pick up something new like this?
Well, take my advice. It's just amazing. I love doing art. There are lots of places you can take classes in. They're very welcoming, community centers, Art Students League. Just do it.
Yeah, try it out.
Don't hold back, try it out.
You never know how good you're gonna be at it, right?
Yeah.
And you have a whole studio that is incredible. Talk about where people can find the Niza studio.
The gallery is on Santa Fe Drive, 915. And I create different art shows, and this is a very exciting one because I fall right into it.
Yeah.
I'm 81, and I love doing it, and I know a lot of the artists. There are many of us around, and it keeps me going, it keeps them going, and it's a great art community in Denver.
What does art do for you personally?
It keeps my mind going, it keeps my creativity. I like to sculpt, so it keeps my hands going.
Yeah.
And it's just very exciting for me to do artwork.
It really is such a great idea. I love seeing some of these pieces. So when is the exhibit and how can people come and check it out?
Well, the exhibit starts today.
Okay.
And we have a reception on Sunday from 1 to 4. This coming Sunday, and the gallery hours are Thursday through Sunday, 1 through 4 in the afternoons.
Okay, so we have a lot of information right there on your screen. Runs from today through June 23rd. Artist receptions coming up this Sunday. First Friday Art Walk, of course, June 7th from 5 to 7 p.m. Niza Knoll Gallery. It's right there in Santa Fe in the Arts District, 915 Santa Fe Drive. Such a great idea. I love that you're doing this. Talk a little bit more about, don't be too afraid to try something new, because what's the end goal here?
For me, I find that when people age, they're less likely to be held back by the things that they've told themselves their whole life. And just by picking up a pencil or a pen or trying to paint for the first time, doing something that they've always wanted to do, there's a certain magic in that.
Yes.
But the other part of it is there's stories to tell. So we've all lived a longer life, and we very often don't hear the stories, and art is a wonderful way to tell the stories. I personally believe that art is best done in communal settings, so Niza suggesting that you go to a class or take a class or do something in community. Denver has such a rich, welcoming arts community that you can find art pretty much in any neighborhood, and it's really, really an exciting city to live in.
Yeah, I saw your press release and it said do it for yourself.
Do it for yourself.
Right, like
Absolutely.
just have fun, try something new. There's no huge expectations. Try it out, and you might be really good at it.
It's a great way to meet people.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think very often we confuse creativity and artistry. Not everyone has to become an artist, but flexing that creative muscle as we get older, we've already seen the health benefits, and more, finally doctors are able to start prescribing. You just go take an art class.
Right.
It's better than taking a drug.
Yeah,
Yes.
much better prescription for
I think
sure.
so.
Thank you both so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. It sounds like an incredible exhibit for sure. All right.